I am a worshiper aspiring to be a gospel. It will fight you even at your own home. Because
How did you overcome these challenges and the
do not run away from the landing, because I came to realize that I was...
What pushes you to continue serving God? You're already a gospel minister. This has been Coffee with Val Show. Joining me today is a young lady who loves the church and encourages the young people to love the church too. And she is aspiring to be a gospel minister. She's also a singer in her church. So she'll introduce herself. How are you?
Thank you so much. My name is Rose Kavinya. I'm born again. I love Christ. I am a worshiper aspiring to be a gospel minister, and I'm privileged to be here today.
Thank you so much, Rose, for taking your time to come to Coffee with Val Show. And I'm very happy to see that you are you're already a gospel minister. You know, I thought you were just aspiring, but it seems you already started.
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have already started.
Mm-hmm.
I minister at my church.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just humbled. I love serving the Lord with all my heart.
Which church?
It's known as Ever Increasing Springs of Life Church.
Mm-hmm.
It's located along Katani Road.
Okay.
Moose Building, first floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you go to church every Sunday?
Yeah, that is where I go to church every Sunday and on Friday actually. If anyone would like to see me worshiping or doing whatever I love doing,
Mm-hmm.
so on Friday we usually have our Friday worship service.
Okay.
It is just pure worship and praise, and I'm so happy to see myself doing that.
Oh, great. And did you start it when you were young, or what made you start to be a worshiper, to be so much involved in church activities and all that?
I've been raised up by my grandmother.
Okay.
And she has brought me up knowing God. So I've been raised up in a Christian family.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that I can sing when I was in class 2.
Mm-hmm.
That is when I realized. So I used to sing in Sunday school and in parades actually back then. And that is when I really knew that I can do something, though I did not expect it to be such big until I got to high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in high school, you continued with the singing?
So when I was in high school, I joined the CU. I was a C official when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be the coordinator of the intercessory team. So that is, and my passion for singing grew, and I started writing songs when I was in high school.
Oh,
so I have written around 69 songs.
69 songs?
Yeah, but I've not yet brought them out because I feel that it's not the right time for me. So my high school experience was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was so much growth, and I thank God for that.
What are you still waiting for? Why don't you think it's the right time to release the songs?
It's really a long story, yes.
Uh-huh.
And if I start discussing it, I can't come to an end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can really say is, personally as a person, and it is very important to know who you are.
That's true.
And I feel like I've not gotten to that point, and I just don't want to serve God for money or just for the sake of serving God.
Mm-hmm.
I want to minister. I want to be an inspiration. I want to be a channel of blessing between me and God's people to this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is it. So for now, and maybe not even now, I'm not planning to do it now. But you know, the Bible says that when the time is right, God will make it happen.
Exactly.
It will still happen.
It will still happen, and we will be waiting for it anxiously.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so basically what you do in church is singing and ministering to young people, or just even the older people?
Yeah, I do that. I'm in the praise and worship in my church, so I minister to everyone, and I'm also in the media team in my church.
Oh, great.
Yes. I'm just so passionate about serving God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though there's so many challenges. Sometimes it's not as easy, especially when you're young, and especially in this generation. So I just thank God for everything. He has really been holding my hand, and I just love the contest of the growth. I'm so thankful for everything that I've been learning and everything that has been happening. The growth for me is everything. Yeah.
What pushes you? What pushes you to continue serving God, to continue doing God's work?
I love God so much. That is what pushes me. And where I am today, no man could have brought me where I am. No man could have worked with me like God has. And so many are the times when God has proven himself to my life. And it's just my love for him. My love for God is crazy. Yeah.
Could you just mention a little bit, we would like to know, maybe someone would be inspired by your story. What made you turn to God, and at what point did you turn to him?
Okay, actually, as I mentioned earlier, I've been raised by my grandmother, and it wasn't easy. And I grew up. Today I met Migori. The next time I met Eldoret. So I grew up in different places. My auntie's place, and one thing that inspired me was how I used to see my grandmother try to teach me how to fast when I'm in class 2, and she tells me, just jump this meal and let's pray for this. I am a worshiper aspiring to be a gospel. It will fight you even at your own home, because
How did you overcome these challenges and the
do not run away from the mending, because I came to realize that I was...
What pushes you to continue serving God? You're already a gospel minister. This has been Coffee with Val Show. Welcome back to Coffee with Val Show. Thank you for staying with us. What are some of the challenges that you face as you minister or as you worship and do God's work in church?
The challenges have been a lot. There's so many challenges that I've faced. There are still challenges that I do face. Knowing that actually sometimes when you serve with people who are older than you, it really becomes a challenge, because there's so much intimidation. And ministry is not easy. And so I have faced a challenge of intimidation, rejection actually. And sometimes it really affected me as a person growing up with low self-esteem. Many other times that I felt that I should just sit back and just let it be. I can just sit and be a servant at the backspace. But at the end of the day, I came to realize, or I came to understand that I do not serve men. I serve God.
Yes.
And the challenging part of it all is every time when you hear voices of people saying you're not good enough, there are things that you're doing that they don't. Actually, I think it's what people say about me, and I get affected by what people say. But at the end of the day, prayer helps me, and focusing during the challenges, and putting God first, and knowing that this is my life, this is my ministry, this is my calling, this is what I love. I just put my focus on God. And if I start explaining the challenges, I don't think whether we're going to get to the end of this show. But challenges are there, and even sometimes I really don't know how to bring it out, but there's so many of them.
Which was the really worst one that made you want to give up?
Talks really made me want to give up. And accusations, actually, let me say accusation, but not talks. Accusations. And you see, it is really bad when you serve, and the same people you're serving with, you expect them to support you, but at the end of the day, they're speaking against you. And once you come to realize it, you are ministering to the church, and that is what they were saying in you. So I think that was the terrible thing that happened to me, and I was like, these are the people that I've been ministering to, and they have been told all this about me. What have I been doing? I felt like sitting down. I felt like leaving church. I felt like being quiet and just let everything go. And one thing about the enemy, one thing about the devil will clap so hard once you just choose to sit down and give up. And you will be so comfortable, because you'll start thinking, and you'll just imagine, like any other person, oh, it will be so peaceful of me if I just sit down so many things will not be happening. So many accusations will not be there. I can just sit home and worship the Lord at home. But at the end of the day, that is not the right thing to do. Sometimes it is okay not to be okay. It is okay to feel that way, but do not allow the enemy or the devil to put that in you.
Absolutely.
Never accept it. Yes, it will come to you, but keep on pushing hard. Keep on praying hard, and just that comes at times when you tell God, I just leave everything to you, because personally I cannot do it. And if you leave it to me, I'll end up making the wrong decision. Yeah, I think accusations were...
A prophet, normally it's said a prophet or a minister is not welcome in his or her hometown. Is it the case for you?
Not really, but I think, I don't know, it came a point and I started thinking to myself, like, am I cursed or what? Because the battle was hard. And the most painful part of it is the people that you pray so hard to minister to, the people that you pray to be a channel of blessing, God to use you as a channel of blessing to them, and then they had a certain mind about you. That was the worst thing ever. The worst thing that I really felt terrible. That was the hardest thing. I felt like quitting and just staying at home and worshiping at home. But I remember one day as I was sleeping, I felt cold, and I asked myself, am I serving men or am I serving God? And I encouraged myself to keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing. You've said now you don't feel the same.
Yeah, I don't.
How did you overcome these challenges and the feelings that made you want to give up?
Prayer. I think I have prayed hard, though sometimes I'll go to church and I feel like I don't want to talk to anyone. I just go before the Lord and I tell God I don't have words, but I have tears. So I'll cry the entire time during the prayer time, and I tell God, you know how my tears feel, so just feel what I'm feeling. And
exactly.
I don't have words, so I have done it through prayers and expressing it to people who are above me.
Yes,
they have really encouraged me. They have really told me, this is what we went through, it happened. So, and then I was like, so this is not me only. And that has really encouraged me, because I've really felt like, okay, so this is the process. And one thing I can really advise young people out there,
yes,
do not run away from the mending, because I came to realize that I was running away from the mending. And I felt when God has something, when there's something about your life, people do not fight you, people fight what you carry.
That's true.
So once there's something, or if your destiny is great, the devil will not just sit and sit. He can't. He will fight you hard. He will fight you even at your own home, because he doesn't want to see you get to where you're supposed to. So one thing I can really tell young people, young ministers out there, keep on pushing. People will talk about you. Sometimes you will wake up in the morning and feel like, I can't pray. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, what will I sing today? What will I present before the Lord today? Keep on trusting God, because God always, one thing I've seen and one thing I can really testify, God always comes through. And God is very, very faithful. Keep on pushing. Don't give up. And these things happen. Don't run away from your mending. Wait for God to just hold on. Behold. For God to mold you. To mold you so that you will stand. You will stand in the gap. Actually, in this time, you will stand in the gap. And God will be able to use you as a vessel of honor and as a blessing to this generation. That is what I can really tell them. Don't give up. Cry. It is okay to cry. Personally, I cry a lot. So it is okay to cry. If you don't have words, even God is very understanding. Just go before the Lord when you're with all your silence and tell God, I have silence. This is what I have. Just be honest to God. I can't pray. I feel hate. I feel pain. Just always present yourself to God the way you are at that time, at that moment. It is okay, and God will.
Wow. Just as I said, she's so amazing. She's so brilliant.
Thank you.
See you after the break.
Thank you. I am a worshiper aspiring to be a gospel. It will fight you even at your own home. Because,
How did you overcome these challenges and the...
Do not run away from the landing. Because I came to realize that I was...
What pushes you to continue serving God? You're already a gospel minister. This has been Coffee with Val Show.
Welcome back to Coffee with Val Show. The people who have started the ministry, the people who are willing to start, they're passionate about it, they want to start it, but they don't know what to do, they don't know how to start. And then there are those who already started, but they gave up or they don't want to continue anymore. Rose, what would you say to such people?
Okay, I have seen very many people give up. And one thing that I can tell them, and I'm going to say this in Swahili, kila mtu anakuwa na neema yake. We have our journey. We can never have the same journey. We are different. And I'm Rose, and Masika is Masika. We are all different. And Masi has gone through her journey. And you know, it is said that patience and perseverance overcome the greatest difficulties.
Absolutely.
The reason as to why majority of the people have been giving up and saying that they cannot take it anymore, it is because they do not have patience enough. And as I had said earlier, they are, maybe some of them, they are afraid of being manned, and that is not the right thing to do, actually. So my advice to them and for them is understand who you are and understand your journey. You are different. I'm Rose, you are you. We are all different, and you can never be anybody else. And you know, patience is how you behave during a certain time of difficulty. So that is what we call patience. And don't just give up, and do not have, as a minister actually, there's a difference between being an artist and a minister. As a minister, you really have to persevere, you really have to pray, you really have to, you know, the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of wisdom. You really have to pray that God grants you the wisdom to know, to understand times and season. The moment you know that, I think you'll be able to withhold, and you'll be able to overcome. That is what I can really tell them,
That's for people who have already given up, who don't want to continue. What about those who would like to start?
I'll tell them to start with what you have. If you have you know you can really sing, practice. David perfected his skill. Practice. Just begin with what you have. If you really want to produce a song, or if you really want to do a concert, as I had said earlier, and this is something that I really want everyone to understand, ask God first. Ask God, is this the right time for me to start this? Is this the right time for me to begin this? And if yes, look for people. Work together with people. Actually, people are really important. Create good relationship with people. The little that you have, the people who are close to you, that is where you should just begin. And it's going to be, you begin with what you have, no matter how little it is. That is what I can just say.
I really want us to continue this discussion, but we'll figure out next time we will come back.
I'll be so happy.
Because it can take a whole day.
Definitely.
So as we conclude, maybe just shout out your social media handles.
Oh, my social media handles: YouTube, Rose Kavinya, Instagram _Rose Kavinya, and Facebook, Rose Kavinya. So I have a very big project coming. I've been inactive, but I'll be very active. So make sure you stay tuned, and may God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much. You've been a blessing to this show, and I'm so happy, and I have to call you back next time.
I'll be so humbled.
Okay.
And my beautiful people, I hope you are inspired today, because if you're not, I don't know what you are looking for today. It was a great inspiration from Rose, and I'm glad she came, and I'm glad that she's going to come back next time. Thank you so much for being with us, and If you want to reach out, she said she's Rose Kavinya everywhere, all her social media handles. And also don't forget to follow us at Afrodess Media, all our social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Afrodess Media. Until next time, this has been Coffee with Val Show. Bye.